Good afternoon, guys. Maven here. Today we're going to be going over a Vengeance PvP spec guide, rotation, and gear guide as well. Now when I say rotation, I mean opening rotation on an enemy, or the best opener that we can come up with to maximize our damage and to use the abilities to their fullest. Please do not forget to follow my stream at twitch.tv/Maven Gaming, as well as subscribe to my YouTube channel. Every subscribe and follow helps. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them in the section below underneath the channel, and please come to my channel to discuss it with me. The whole point of what I'm doing is to help to improve the community as a whole and to help make everybody a better player, help make myself a better player as well. So please, I want open discussion as much as possible. Alright, let's get into it. We're going to start in the left side of the tree here with our Ravager. Ravage is a key ability while in Vengeance due to the increased melee damage in our Xian form. So with the 10% increased damage to our Ravage, Ravage hits like a truck and becomes one of our main damaging abilities as a Vengeance Juggernaut. Next, we're going to put 2 points into Sundering Assault. Sundering Assault builds 2 additional rage. Sundering Assault helps to keep our focus pool up high so we can keep our abilities to their maximum capabilities. Next, we're going to put 2 points into Sundering Assault. Sundering Assault just reduces the cooldown of our Sundering Assault by 3 seconds, so we can use our Sundering Assault more often than not to help keep our focus pool nice and high. Now we're going to put 3 points into Single Saber Mastery. All this does is for Xian form increases all melee damage dealt by 6% and helps us to build up to the tree here to get Xian form eventually. Now we're going to put 3 points into Accuracy. Accuracy is very crucial in the Vengeance PvP build. We want about 95% accuracy. The reason why that is because many classes have a 5% accuracy debuff. So with 95% static accuracy, our force accuracy will be at 100%, and we should never miss our automatic crit force screams. Next, we're going to put 2 points into Dreadnought. Dreadnought increases our total strength by 6%. I will go over later why we want to augment strength instead of power. But it mostly has to do with this ability here. Next, we're going to put 2 points into Unyielding. Unyielding generates 4 range when we're stunned, put to sleep, or knocked down, which of course in the PvP environment happens very often. Next, we're going to put in the Xian form. Xian form, of course, is our bread and butter of being a Vengeance Juggernaut. Xian form increases our melee damage by an extra 6%, so with this 6% and the 6% from Single Saber Mastery, our total damage is increased by 12% for our melee damage. We also refund 1 rage from all of our abilities. So all of our abilities essentially cost 1 less rage. We'll put 2 points into Draining Scream. Draining Scream has our Force Scream lead the target for 447 damage, or based on what your weapon damage is and your stats are, this will change here. But essentially it makes our Force Scream a bleed. So with our 100% chance to crit on our Force Scream in this, we get extra damage from our Force Scream. We're going to put 2 points into Unstoppable. Unstoppable is the most crucial ability of being a Vengeance Juggernaut. Unstoppable allows us to leap onto a target, and for 4 seconds we are immune to all interrupts and controlling effects for 4 seconds. Oftentimes people will try to knock you back right away, especially ranged classes, when we leap to them, and this will keep us from going anywhere and help us to stay on target. It also reduces our damage taken by 20% for those 4 seconds. Only helping to improve our survivability as a Juggernaut. We'll now put 2 points into Pooled Hatred. All Pooled Hatred does is whenever your movement is impaired, gain 4% bonus to your next ability that costs Rage. It can stack up to 5 times, and it lasts for a total of 10 seconds. And oftentimes we are CC'd because we are a melee class, so we are constantly slowed. So this procs more than not, so it is a crucial ability to take. Next, we're going to go into Deadly Reprisal. All Deadly Reprisal does is generate 1 additional rage and take an AoE damage. And we receive a lot of AoE damage in environments. Next, we're going to go with Vengeance. All Vengeance does is reduce the cooldown of our Impale by 6 seconds and our Force Scream by 3 seconds. So Impale is our main damaging ability in the spec, so it's something that we want to definitely spec into. Next, we're going to go into Ruin. Ruin makes our smash no longer cost rage. We'll go into an extra bit later on this, why this is good to have. Next, we're going to put our point into Impale. Impale, again, is our main damaging ability as a Vengeance Juggernaut, and it has a pretty cool animation. So, anyways, we'll put 2 points in the Savagery. Savagery allows our Impale, our Vicious Throw, and Shatter have a 100% chance to increase the critical strike chance of our next force screen by 50% for each tick. So every time you use an Impale, or you use a Vicious Throw, or you use a Shatter, you will gain a 1 stack of 50% chance. You need to use 2 of these abilities, gain 2 stacks to equal 100% chance to crit on your next force screen. When we go over the opening rotation later, you'll see this in action. It'll make more sense. Next, we're going to put 2 points into Eviscerate. Eviscerate makes our Impale have a bleed effect to it. So it only further increases the damage done by our Impale. Next, we're going to put 3 points into Rampage. All Rampage does is for Impale and Shatter. You have a 30% chance to finish the cooldown on a Ravage and generate 3 Rage. As I mentioned before, our Ravage damage increased by 10%. So with the 2 main abilities as our Vengeance Juggernaut, being able to automatically reduce the cooldown on our Ravage by 100%. This helps keep our Ravage uptime a lot higher in our Ravage, which again is one of our main damaging abilities that we have. We're going to put 2 points into Deafening Defense. This increases our defense by 4% at all times. An additional 15% while our Enraged defense is active, which is one of our main defensive cooldowns that we have. Additionally, reduces the cooldown of Intimidating Roar, and Intimidating Roar, of course, is our AoE stun. We're going to put 2 points in the Sundering Throw. Sundering Throw allows our Saber Throw to apply 20% armor reduction debuff, the same that our Sundering Assault does. And now we can do this from a distance, so this is a great way to open up on somebody without having to waste an attack using our Sundering Assault. Additionally, our also reduces the cooldown of our Saber Throw by 5 seconds. Put 3 points in the Destroyer, increases our dot damage by 9%. In addition, our Ravage bleeding damage has a 30% chance to trigger Destroyer, which finishes the cooldown on our Vicious Throw. So we can use our Vicious Throw very often. It's something we need to watch to come off a cooldown. Because when our Vicious Throw crits, it will hit for 6 to 7k damage as a Vengeance Jug. So now that we have the ability to use our finisher over 30% whenever it procs using our bleeding effects or our Ravage, you seriously put some good numbers up with the proper crit chance. We are going to skip over Seething Hatred. I found that during PvP, Seething Hatred seems to be very useful. As a Juggernaut, you are in combat quite often. All this is supposed to reduce your Force Charge, Enrage, and Saber Throw by 100% when you're out of combat. But like I said, in PvP situations, it's very rare you're out of combat. And even if you're moving from one location to the next, by the time you get there, your cooldowns will be up anyway. Alright, now we're going to go to our final ability in the middle tree, which is Shatter. Shatter is our second main ability as a Juggernaut, and our main bleed ability that we have. It does minor instant damage on the target, however it does quite a bit of bleed damage over 12 seconds. So we want to keep our Shatter up as much as possible to keep that sustained DPS flowing. We're going to put our last 2 points into Decimate. Decimate increases the damage dealt by our Smash and Sweep and Slash by 20%. So with the free Smash we have here and the increased 20% damage, our Smash can crit for 3.5 to 4k AoE damage. Of course, it's not as much as the Smash Juggernaut, but it's a free Smash and it's decent AoE damage. And if we have no focus and we're trying to stop somebody on their node, for example, our Smash is free. So we can use that as our ability to stop an AoE cap, for instance. Alright, now we're going to put these points here and commit to these. There are, of course, other minor changes you can make. You can put 2 points in the Stagger instead of 2 points in the Decimate. All Stagger does is increase the Mobilize effect by your Force Charge by an extra second. Some people enjoy that because it helps keep them there just a slightly bit longer, but I feel that there's not enough of a difference that it makes for me to put the... Some people also take Seething Hatred. I mean, if you feel like you like it, you can take the 2 points out here as well and put them in the Seething Hatred. It's up to you guys, but this is personally the build that I roll with. We're going to go ahead and commit to this now. Alright, our abilities around here. Our Impale right here in the 3 slot and our Shatter here. Okay, let's get started on a rotation. Pay attention to my action bar now. My Sundering Assault is here, my Impale is here, my Force Scream is here, my Shatter is here, my Vicious Throw is here, and my Saber Throw, and my Force Charge, and my Ravage. So we're going to start with our opening rotation here, and a brief explanation of why. Let's get rid of our companion. Get out of here. Here we go. We're going to start off with our Saber Throw. And we're going to do this at slow speed. I am not doing this at combat speed right now. Our Saber Throw, as you see right here, applies our armor reduction. So when we use our Saber Throw, it'll apply the 20% buff to the target. And it's a training dummy, so it bugs out. So after we do our Saber Throw, we're going to go ahead and use our Force Charge. With the 20% damage reduction, and with the 4-set bonus from our Force Charge, which is an increased 10% damage for 5 seconds, that allows us to go into our next ability, which will be our Ravage. Pay attention to your Ravage, because there is a Ravage bug where you will go through the full animation of using your Ravage, but your Ravage will actually not do any damage and will not start its cooldown. So you need to pay attention to your Ravage ability, that bug, and it drives me nuts. Alright, after we use our Ravage, normally we would get back up here to regain the focus how it would be. Okay, so now we're going to do again Saber Throw, our Force Leap, our Ravage. We're going to use our Impale. We're going to pop Enrage. We're going to use our Shatter. Now you notice that we have 2 stacks of Savagery, which increases our force chance, or our crit chance of our Force Scream by 100%. So we're going to go ahead and use Force Scream. After we do that, we want to use our Sundering Assault again to build back up that focus. Now from here on, it's a priority build. Or it's a priority focused build. Our Impale is always first, followed by our Shatter, followed by our Sundering Assault if we are out of focus, followed by a Force Scream. Notice that my Vicious Throw has come off of cooldown, so we're going to go ahead and use that, followed by our Ravage. Now we can go ahead and Impale again, Shatter, our Force Scream. You notice our Ravage came off of cooldown again, so we'll go back to our Ravage. We're going to use our Sundering Assault, use our Impale. We're going to use our Shatter. Now we have 2 stacks of Savagery again. We're going to pop Enrage, use our Force Scream, use our Vicious Throw, go back to our Impale, back to our Sundering Assault. Now everything's on cooldown, so we're going to use our Free Smash. Okay, now we're going to go back to our Shatter. We're going to use our Force Scream to get that crit chance, and use our Ravage. Same thing applies again here. So we're going to use our Sundering Assault, our Vicious Throw, our Impale, Shatter, our Force Scream, our Smash. There you go. Now we're going to go ahead and back up here and do this at combat speed. Here we go. Vicious Throw, or Saber Throw, Force Leap, Ravage, Tail, Enrage, Shatter, Force Scream. Our Ravage has come off cooldown. We're going to use our Ravage. Our Vicious Throw's off now, so we're going to use our Vicious Throw. We're going to use our Impale now. We're going to use our Smash. And we're going to use our Force Scream because we have 2 stacks of Savagery. And we're going to use our Sundering Assault to gain back that focus. And we're going to use our Shatter. And we're going to use our Ravage because it's off of cooldown. Our Impale. Our Force Scream again, I have 2 stacks. Then we're going to use our Smash. Our Vicious Throw. Our Sundering Assault. Hit our Shatter. Our Impale. Hit our Force Scream. Now we're going to have to use our main boring ability here. Okay, our Smash is off. Use our Smash. Our Impale. Use our Shatter. Or use our Enrage. Use our Shatter. Use our Vicious Throw. Use our Ravage. There you go. There's a sample build or sample rotation there of your priorities. So essentially your priority is that your Sundering Assault or your Saber Throw to make sure you have the armor debuff. Once you have your armor debuff, your next priority is your Ravage. Ravage is on cooldown. Pay attention to your Vicious Throw, which is your next in your priority. Your Vicious Throw off cooldown, use your Vicious Throw. Now our next priority is our Impale, followed by our Shatter. Once those two abilities have been used, pay attention to our savagery here. Make sure we have 2, and then our next one is going to be Force Scrim. Now, of course, I had other priorities come up there, but I was showing you guys very slow. Essentially, there you have it, and we are now going to move on to the gear portion of this guide. Well, actually, you know what? One second. Some other things to note, other abilities that I should mention here. Of course, our Force Push is a crucial ability for, let's say, CCing a healer, for interrupting a healer, interrupting the cap, etc. It also allows us to use our Force Charge again. We can get that 10% increased bonus damage on our Force Charge again. Our Force Push. It's also great for moving across the hub ball map, leap to somebody, Force Push, leap to him again. Then you can use your Intercede to friendly leap to somebody else. We're going to go over our new ability, Sense 2.0, which is Saber Reflect. Our Saber Reflect reflects all direct single target range, force, and tech attacks back to the attacker for 3 seconds. The Saber Reflect is really meant to be used against ranged targets. It's really good to use against snipers and sorks and commandos especially. Say a sniper has you pinned down and you see him charging up an aimed shot, for instance, that would be a great time to pop your Saber Reflect, because it will reflect. It does not reflect 100% back of the damage, it reflects back the base damage, but it will reflect damage up to 5k. I've seen it up to 8k reflected back before myself. You really want to pay attention to the channeled abilities when you use your Saber Reflect. You see a sniper charging up on you, you see a commando or something charging up a grav round on you, that's when you want to pop your Saber Reflect. Of course, our Chilling Scream here is our AoE slow. So if you feel like you're having a hard time getting on target, make sure you pop the AoE slow to give yourself extra leeway to stay on target. Of course, our Disruption, interrupt those abilities when we have the opportunity to. Our Force Choke is a great way to, if we have all of our dots ticking and we know our enemy is close to dying, let all of our dots tick and pop a Force Choke. It also works great against Marauders and Sentinels when they pop their 99% cooldown reduction or 99% defense. They cannot hit you, but yet you can still grab them while they're in the air. And it works great for interrupting healers and casters as well. Of course, pay attention to our Retaliation when it comes up. Retaliation is a very quick instant damage ability. Of course, our Saber Ward is great when we're being targeted by multiple people or in a 1v1 situation. Don't forget the first 2 seconds of Saber Ward grants you invincibility. So again, if someone's charging up to hit you with the hard hitting ability, go ahead and pop your Saber Ward right before it's cast and you should take no damage at all. Our Enraged Defense, going back to our spec here. Our Enraged Defense, when we pop it, increases our defense by 15%. And on top of that, we get 3% of our maximum health back every time we are attacked. But we have to have focus though, because it also takes away 1 focus every time we're attacked. Of course, our Intimidating Roar is our AoE ability, our AoE stun. Our Endure Pain increases our health by 30%. An old trick is to pop your med pack first. Oh, I'm sorry, is to pop your Endure Pain. Oh wow. We also want to pay attention to our taunts. Our taunts reduced our friendly damage taken by up to 30%. So if we target somebody, an enemy, we taunt them and they're attacking a friendly, they have 30% damage, less damage that they should be doing to our friendly players. It's also a great way to gain medals, by the way, and that's one of our main group utilities that we have. Don't forget to also use Intercede to a friendly healer who's being targeted, because Intercede reduces the damage taken by 20% as well. So you pop a taunt and Intercede, and your healer, you'll help to keep them alive a lot longer, and your healer will love you for it. Am I missing anything here? And of course, our Unleash breaks us from all unmoved terrain effects. Soon to come, we will gain a 15% movement speed increase. while in combat, so that'll help us stay on target as well, and I can't wait for that buff. Alright guys, moving on to the gear part. So the main build that I like to pick for this class is a high crit build. In order to get this high crit build, which is our critical chances at 30%, and our accuracy stays above 95%, and I'm talking about partisan gear here, okay, so I'm talking about the basic gear. The simplest way to do this is to, one, make sure you have all of your datacrons. Of course, all of your datacrons involve your strength, your endurance, and your willpower. You ask why willpower? Because willpower actually increases the damage done by your force attacks, very minorly. But if you really want to min-max, that's the way to go. Make sure you have 100% affection with all of your companions. You only have to do this on one tune. It's legacy-wide. So you can gain the 1% crit chance. The other thing too is to make sure you have the appropriate stims. The prototype nano infused is the newest stim. Of course, make sure it's the might one. So what we want to do here is we want to have a Partisan Vindicator's MK1 device, which is the crit and surge rating. Partisan Challenger's MK1 package, which is crit and surge. For both of our implants, of course, our Vindicator arm guards. Our Partisan Relic of Serendipitous Assault. And right now, best in slot, believe it or not, with the bolster system is the Matrix Cube M7G0. This only works well when it's augmented properly though. But due to the bolster system, you only lose a couple expertise, but you gain about 10 bonus damage, and it's more consistent damage done to the enemy instead of using a proc-based damaging. Partisan Weapon Master's Lightsaber, which is the critical based main hand. We're going to go with our Partisan Vindicator's Generator, and what I did, if you notice at the bottom there for the enhancement, I switched it out for the Advanced Quick Savant Enhancement 27X, which is the power. Wait, actually no, this is reading wrong, I'm sorry. It's reading wrong on Mr. Robot. I actually replaced it with the Advanced Acute Enhancement 27X, which is 60 accuracy and 39 crit. For the boots, our mod is the Advanced Potent Mod 27AX. Our Advanced Battle Enhancement 27X, and all of our augments are 32 strength and 20 endurance. Again, Potent Mod 27AX for our legs, Advanced Initiative Enhancement 27X, which is 60 accuracy, 39 power. I believe this enhancement comes on the pants already. Our belt is just the standard belt that it comes, which is Vindicator's belt, which comes with the Rage Armoring. The Potent Mod 27X, which is mod, which is for the gloves, again the same one, the Advanced Potent Mod 27AX, as well as the Advanced Battle Enhancement 27X. Same thing goes for the chest piece, Advanced Potent Mod and Advanced Battle Enhancement. Same thing for the headpiece, Potent Mod and Battle Enhancement. The reason why I chose Potent Mod is because it has more strength and less crit. There's a higher crit one with less strength, but because of our skills here, when we have our Dreadnought, which increases our total strength by 6%, and strength already increases our crit chance as it is, we want to go with the higher strength build so we can increase our main hand damage and increase our critical chance as well. That's the other reason why we choose nothing but the 32 strength, 20 endurance augments, because we gain more of a benefit from the strength augments due to the 6% boost and we power one. Now another way to build this is to go with a power build. Now, the trade-off for a power build is you will not crit near as much, but when you do crit, they will hit harder, and your normal base damage will be more sustained. However, in PvP, I feel that your damage needs to be as bursty as possible. So a higher crit chance means more burst damage, although it won't hit as hard. But a higher power ones means more sustained damage. When you do crit, it will hit hard, but it will be far less. So it's really up to you guys. I prefer the high crit build. Regardless though, your accuracy needs to be at 95%, regardless if you go with the power or strength build. And it doesn't take that much accuracy at all. It takes 2 accuracy enhancements if we use our 3% accuracy buff in our middle. Alright guys, that's about it for me. I will put a link to my Mr. Robot below. Please feel free to follow my stream at Twitch TV/Maven Gaming. And other than that, thank you guys for checking out my stream, or I'm sorry, my YouTube channel, and I hope to hear from you guys soon.